Hi everybody, it's Yuki once again to give you guys a tutorial on how to use the Nue Deck to make a template, to make a card game using the Nue Deck template by NueGames. And today I'm going to show you guys how to do so and how it works. So first, let's take a look at the actual template, although I modified a lot because I'm making an experience for you guys to download. So let's take a look at how it works. So first, we're going to take a look at how the game works in general, and then we're going to take a look at the system. So first here we have the HUD. So the HUD first is to discuss the HUD. On the top you have the name, the HP, and the gold. The gold in this build does not work in terms of like what you do with it. I'm still thinking of what are we gonna do with that, but we'll see. On the bottom here is the main part of the game. On the left side you have your deck, your little deck there, and how much mana you have for this deck, for this game. Mana is used to play cards, and I'm gonna show you guys how much mana you need for the card in a moment. On the right side you have your end turn button, your discard pile, and your exhaust pile. The exhaust pile is like your banish zone for Yu-Gi-Oh! So now let's talk about the card itself. Each card has some information on it. And as you can see here, we have the card title, how much mana it's going to cost, and what's the description. Top left corner is how much mana it's going to cost. So the green thing on the left side of your screen there is your mana count, and we have 4. In this case, I can use this card block so that I can not only gain 5 block, that's your defense in this game, and I'm going to go ahead and use it because I have 4 mana, I only need 1. To go ahead and play a card, hold left click and drag it to your target. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another stuff we can do. We can add 8 strength, and we're going to learn how to make cards in a bit. To attack, look for an attack card like this, and you're going to deal 6 damage. Target is your enemy. You can also heal using heal cards if you can find one. I'm not going to use this now just because I have full HP for the moment. I'm going to end my turn. So this is your discard pile. Keep in mind that in this game, your discard pile returns to your main deck once all the cards in your main deck are finished. But it's gonna be reshuffled. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do another turn here. So we're gonna add 4 mana and 4 more mana and 1 more. Now you may have noticed I lost strength though. That's because in that created card you can add 1 mana, but you lose 1 strength as a little bit of a consequence. But I have this draw 4 card icon, and I have 4 more cards, and I just got lucky. I have an attack 2 card that deals 8 damage, but I have this gain strength for health card that allows me to add 5 attack power at the cost of 20 HP. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Okay, and then I'm gonna deal 8 damage times 2, 16. And 5 block, 5 block, draw 4, add 1 mana. I'm gonna deal 18 here if I want to, and I'm gonna do so. And heal 3 and add 30 HP. I'm gonna go for strength here, 20 HP for strength. So I can go ahead and do that and finish off. After you beat a battle, you're gonna get a reward. Now the gold here does not do anything, so I'm gonna actually give you the option to get 2 cards instead of just 1. I'm gonna get the draw 4 cards reward. Then we're gonna go to encounter number 2, and it keeps going. And then we're gonna continue going until we beat the game. 26 damage now. I'm gonna add blocks. 26, 26. Add a new card, earn 2 mana. I'm gonna add 4 on this turn, add 4 cards, and then I'm gonna do 6, add 2 more cards, add 1 more mana, 15 block, deals 8 damage, 8 more, gain 5 block, add 1, add 8, add 5 block, deal 12, deal 12. I'm trying to build it to where I can deal a lot of damage, but I'm risking a lot too. 35. That's huge. 34. Ooh, okay. 36 damage, 44, 49. That's huge turn. And then one more encounter. This is the last one because I did not add another one, but I'm gonna show you guys how to add another one. Then at the end, I'm gonna add a menu item. 4 mana, 3, 6, 6. So I need to be very careful. I've been very risky in this playthrough. I'm gonna go for 4 mana, so I can draw 4 cards. I'm gonna deal strength here, 4 more cards, heal 3, 5 block, 15 block, 2 mana, 14 damage, 14, 13 more. So I got lucky so far. I can block 35. Okay. 15 block, 2 cards, heal 25. I'm gonna trade. No, I can't do that for sure. I'm gonna increase. Let's go with 5 block, 13, and 5 more block. Add 2 cards. Let's go with this one. Deal 12 damage. Heal for 25. 12 damage, 12 damage. 10 block. Deal 5 block. Add 1 mana. Add 4. Add strength there. 15 plus 17. Draw 4 cards. Add 15 block. Add 5. Deal 15. We're down to 1. 15 block. 4 cards. 8 damage. 6 for 17. Ooh, yeah, 15 block, 2 cards. Ooh, 4 mana. That just gave me a huge number. Let's go for 20 damage. And 22. 5 block. 2 cards. Add 1 mana. 4. 8 for 21 and 19. And this should be game. That's it. That's the game. We got lucky there. I got lucky. I was very risky doing that. But now that you saw the game, now let's start actually programming the thing. So let's go ahead and exit the game. And let's start adding cards and learning how to use this. So let's go to your asset, and that is the Nue Deck asset here. Go ahead and download this from the Unity Asset Store, and it's going to be free. Link in the description below. Now let's go ahead and start programming it. Now there's a few things we need to do before we start like the fun stuff, the adding of the stuff. First off, you're gonna get a few scenes that we need to add. So we go to assets. We're gonna go to NueGames when you import everything. We're gonna go to actually this. I'm gonna show you how to import stuff too. So when you import, you're gonna press when you download the pack or when you get it from the Unity Asset Store. It's gonna say add to assets or download. Open in Unity, and then you're gonna go ahead and download. If you have a lot of assets, go to Nue. You're gonna go to download, and then you're gonna go to import. When you press import, it's gonna do this. Now keep in mind, I already have all this stuff, so I'm good. But press the import button to import everything. I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna reset what I have done, so I don't want to do that. Once you are done with that, we need to do a few things. Go to tools, go to Nue Deck, and go to set layers. This is important because of the way that you need to do the documentation. The documentation is also included if you click in this thing right here under Nue Deck. Nue Games, you go to Assets, Nue Games, Nue Deck, and you'll be good there. Now we're going to start learning how to make a card, and we're going to make our attack card. So we're going to go ahead and press Tools, Nue Deck, Card Editor. This card editor is actually a separate window and will come like this. Go ahead and drag your card editor to your project here like this, and we can have a tab for our card editor. As you can see, I have a lot of cards that I made already. So, so that is okay because we're going to learn how to make a card. First, we're going to take a look at a sample card from the pre-made, and we're going to take a look at the basic attack card, and you can see the ID is 1_attack_basic, which is going to be the basic attack. And we're going to recreate this, and we're going to make an attack 2 card. I'm going to redo it because I made an error. Okay, so here's how this works. Okay, so we're going to redo this. So I'm going to make an attack 3 card instead. Press the plus button, and you're going to see attack. A new card up has appeared. 23_new_card_name. Where is this coming from? You go to data under your project here. You go to cards, and you can see that there is a new card that has appeared. 23_new_card_name. Keep in mind that if you add a new card, it's going to go here to the card data. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to start doing the new card, and we're going to title it. We're going to do it attack 3. We're going to rename this to 23_attack, and then the 3 number 3 under card name, and then save it. Under card name, call it attack. Oh, 3 with the 3 eyes like the Roman numeral. and then we're going to press save. Now what you want to do is on your data of cards, the new card that you made, rename that to the same name of the ID. So in this case, 23 underscore attack 3. And then we're going to take a look at the save. We're going to make a mana cost. Because this is attack 3 and you want to make it stronger but more expensive, we're going to say mana cost is 3. The card sprite, press select. We're going to say card and then we're going to put number 1 like this. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Usable without target and exhaust after play. Usable without target is when you drag it and you just drop it. But under the rules of the basic attack, this is actually unchecked. Okay, this is unchecked. Until we get to block. Block is for the ally, but you don't need a target for that. But basic attack you do. So for under attack 3, we're gonna leave it unchecked. Exhaust after play is if you use exhaust after play, it goes to the exhaust pile, and you cannot use this card again. It's not going to the discard pile, it's going to the exhaust pile. That card is off the game, off the board, all the way until you finish the game and then do a new run. Okay? Or a new encounter, I believe. Now we're going to do card actions. So, card actions is where the card does something. The action type is card is attack. The target type is enemy. Obviously, we're attacking an enemy. The action value is how much. Now, according to basic attack, the basic attack in this particular build is 6. I have one called attack 2 for 8. Attack 3 is going to be 10. So the action value is 10. Okay? And that's all you need to do for that. Description. We're going to press the plus button. We're going to use the word deals. Okay, there's a reason for that. And we're going to show you that in a moment. So under this one, we're good here. But deals is not it. We're going to add another thing here, description. We're going to have a use modifier. We're going to have an override color. We're going to color it red. And the reason why is because in here, if you remember, and the regular attack has a value of a 6. But when we use a strength card, that value is multiplied by or added from the strength card. So for this, the action index is 0, but we're going to put strength under scale type, use prefix asterisk for an effect. We're going to add another plus here, and we're going to put damage, but put a space first. Okay. So put a space under the deals, and it's going to say deals 10 damage. Under basic attack, as you can see, there is no special keyword. Okay, so we have this. For attack 2, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Use modifier, override color is red. Okay, color on scale, strength, use prefix, and then damage. Okay, and then save it. And attack 3, save it. Now, congratulations, you made a card. But it's not over yet. This card is in the data, it's not in the card deck. To do so, we're going to go to data, we're going to go to deck, we're going to go to initial deck. So this card is not in your deck yet. Now we're going to put it. Press the plus button here, and we're going to add our new card 23 attack 3. I'm going to add a few of those though, so that we can get a few samples and then save it. But we're not done yet. This card is in your deck, but it's not in the card list. To get to the card list, go to data, containers, not containers, excuse me. We're going to go to settings, I should say. Here, under data settings, gameplay settings, we're going to add our new card attack 3 in this array. Okay? Congratulations, now the card is in. Now we're going to test the card. Or I should say the cards, because I changed the attack too. We're going to go ahead and press, we're going to make sure our deck is balanced. So we're going to go back to deck and we're going to go to initial deck. And I'm going to add one more attack 2 card. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and now play it. Let's see if everything works correctly. Now keep in mind you're only allowed up to 10 cards on your hand and you draw 6, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do have attack 2 on the board. So I'm going to add this. And as you can see, it deals 13 damage because I added 5. So that was originally 8, I believe. I believe that was 8 originally or something. And then we added more damage to that. So we now have to 13. I'm going to add 4 mana and 4 more mana so that we can add more damage to attack 2. And oh, we don't have attack 3 yet. That's why. It's not in my hand. And we have attack 3 now. Now it's 15. So I can tell you that worked because it's 10 originally plus 5 for strength. So that one worked. And we deal 15 damage. Okay. 16 and now this should be 16. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting more attack 2s than 3s. Okay. We're gonna see what happens in encounter 2. What kind of hand am I gonna start with? Okay, I get an okay hand. I get I get an okay hand. Okay, let's see what happens if I draw 4. 7. Okay. We're getting our good stuff here. So 10 damage, 8 for basic. There we go. Now we got 12 on the board. 8 strength, heal 3. I'm gonna heal 30, 16, 16 again, and we got another card. And so far it does work, so we're good there. We added, that's how you add a card to your hand, to your deck, to your data, and to the collection. So make sure, you absolutely have to make sure that you put it in your hand and the data. Okay? Next thing, let's learn how to add an encounter. So the encounter is the encounter. The map the map scene is responsible for adding encounters. To get to the map scene, go to Nue Deck, go to New Games. It's good. New Games folder, Nue Deck. Go to go to scenes and go to map. By default, again, it doesn't look like this. I found graphics and stuff. But basically, here's how an encounter works. The button is responsible for taking you to the encounter, and it's going to be the responsibility of the click function takes you to the map combat scene. Okay? Now to add a new encounter, all you have to do is you also need to add a button. What we're gonna do is copy encounter 4, cop copy and paste the button, and we're gonna call this encounter 5. Okay? Now what we need to do is of course change the text, and we're gonna go to encounter 5. Now keep in mind, if this is the final boss, obviously call it final boss or something. Okay? Now, encounter 5 is going to be our final boss in a sense. Final for build or whatever we want to call it. What we need to do though, before we do that, in encounter 4, there is a function called, there is a script called encounter button script, and there is a function called isFinal. IsFinal is a boolean function that tells us, is this the encounter final? Is this the final battle? If it is checked or is true, then that means this game is over if you get to encounter 4 and you beat encounter 4. If not, then the game continues. We're gonna press no for that. We're gonna uncheck that, but for encounter 5, we're going to have it checked. Okay, that's step 1. So congratulations, you added the button for the encounter. However, we're not done yet. That's only to get to the encounter. What we need to do now is we're going to need to do a map manager. As you can see, there are 4 elements on the screen. Encounter 5 is not included. Now we need to include encounter 5 to that encounter list. So we're going to put this, drag encounter 5 into that list. Okay, so we're good there. Now, but we're not done yet. We now need to go to Nue Deck. I believe we go to data, containers, encounters, encounter data. Now you can see that we have elements of data here, enemy encounter list. Okay, we need to add one more because we have 5 encounters now. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to add 1. Oops, wrong list. To this particular button here. So that's 4, and then one more for 5. Oops. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last one is the boss. Okay, so there's 5. Okay, actually this would be 4. And then the boss battle there. So our 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 enemies total, with boss encounter included. Okay? Now to test this, we need to rerun the game again. Okay? But we're going to test one thing. We're going to start from here. And as you can see, it does work. Why? Because as you can see, the other buttons are disabled until you beat the previous encounter. Okay? So we're going to try to speedrun this game. Well, we're going to try to. Let's see how good we are. I'm going to just go for mana just to make it faster. Let's go for 8 damage here. Okay, we're going to go for at 1 mana, 7, 5, 9, 5. So far, so good. Draw 4 cards, and then draw 2 more. 8 strength, heal 3. 5 block, increase strength by 4. 17 damage there. That's a good turn. Add 1 mana. Add 2, 20, 20, 16, and 16. Number 3, block 8, 6, 2 cards, block 8, mana, 8, 15. Nice. 5 block, earn 2, strength, 21. Strength again, add 1 mana, 4 cards, please. 4 more cards, please. Block 28, 3, strength 32, add 4, heal, block. 5 more, 37. 37? Right now we're up to 37 hits, 37 damage there. 37 and 37 for another one. That's a win. That's a dub. 2 more. Heal 25. Heal 6. 6. Add 8 strength. Add 1 mana. 2 cards. Strength again. 4 cards. Add 4 mana. Strength again. I'm going to trade for 4 strength though. 2 cards. 2 mana. Another one. Increase again. 10 block. 32. 32. 4 cards. Add 4 mana. Heal 30. 8. 36 now. 5 more. 41 damage. 45. Add another card. And finally, we're at the final encounter. So right now we have 5 encounters because of that. And you can tell if it's going to work. If we beat this encounter, we win the game. That's how you add an encounter, by the way. And you have to make absolute sure everything's working correctly. It does not matter if you have 15 encounters. You have to go through 1 through 15, and you have to beat the whole thing again just to test everything. Be very careful. You have to test absolute every encounter, no matter what. 15 block. I have to be very careful here because I need to heal too. Two cards, heal three. Oh, poison damage too. How about that? And I have bad cards in this round, unfortunately. I need some. Okay, there we go. Good. Okay, that's good. 25, heal 4 to get 4 mana. I'm gonna clear that round there. 4 cards. Ooh. Add 4, add 2. Strength by 4, add 1. 8 strength there, 29. Okay, I'm gonna do 8 more strength there. I'm gonna go for at 1 mana, 2 cards. Ooh, 36. Let's see how I want to play this. Oh, I don't have any more cards though. Just gonna add that. I gotta be very careful. I'm gonna add 15 block though. 49. Oh, I got it. 51. And that's the game. So that's how you add an encounter to your list of encounters. So, a recap of adding encounters. Make copy a button from your encounters from your map scene. Copy a button, copy paste on the button for your previous encounter. Make sure that on the script where it is final is off, and then for your final encounter, make sure that thing is on. Then you go to encounter container under NueGames NueDeck that data containers go to encounter, and then you're going to add one by pressing the plus button inside of this particular section for that particular area. Then you go to map manager. On your map scene, you add one to your from the thing. You go to plus button. You go to drag your encounter 5 button into the element list. And then to test it, all you have to do is press play. Make sure you go through all your encounters, make sure they are working, okay, and you'll be okay to go. And that is how you add a new encounter. The final thing we're going to be showing you guys today is going to be the only one that requires coding, and that is adding a new scene to your menu. So we're going back to the main menu. We're going to go to assets. We're going to go to scene, not scenes, Nue Games, Nue Deck. We're going to go to scenes, main menu. So by default, there is no credit scene by default. However, I'm going to add another scene, another button. I'm going to show you how to now add a new scene item. To do so, we have the play button here, and let's take a look um at the properties of play, and we're gonna go to on this button, this side right here on button. You're gonna see that there is a function on click called play scene changer, and that is going to be that is responsible for changing the scene. And scene changer dot open map scene, that is allowing you to go to the map scene as the encounters for that particular script. And then responsible is the button, and it's also the scene. There's also a script called SceneChanger that we need to take a look at, and we're also going to take a look at another script. So let's go ahead and play. Let's make a new scene, and our new scene is going to be the how to play scene as it's shown here. So what we need to do is copy this button, and we're going to go copy paste. We're going to be putting it down to here. Actually, order does not matter. I'm going to put the exit one here. I'm going to be putting this one here, and then putting this one here. Under play one, I'm going to edit that, and we're going to say, we're going to call this how to play. And then for the expand this, we're going to go to text, and we're going to say how to play. Keep in mind that you do need a new scene though. So in order to duplicate a scene, for example, go to a scene that you want to duplicate. I'm going to duplicate my credit scene, for example, and you can see there's my credit scene. It's a little messy, but I'm going to duplicate that by pressing holding Control D on your keyboard, and you can see I duplicated the credit scene. I'm going to delete that though because we're not going to use that. Okay. Now, important to note, make sure that when you make a new scene for your for this game, make sure that you go to File, you go to Build Settings, you go to add that scene into your scenes on in Build. Reminder again, you need to have the new core at the end. Also, pay attention to the number on the right side. That is called an index number. Okay, that is called an index number. And that is required for one of the scripts we're about to find out about. So once you added how to play or whatever scene that you want to add, press X. Exit that, Control Save. And now we're going to go into our thing again. We're going to go to our main menu again. And then we're going to take a look at the scene, at the script SceneChanger. If you double click SceneChanger, you're going to open up Visual Studio, and it looks like this. This is the only time we're going to code something down. So take 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 a look at this. You're not going to use this unless you're going to add a new menu item. So to add a new menu item, we're going to take a look at a public or private variable called enum and scene type. You can see that we have main menu, map, combat, and credits. Put a comma after the last scene that is displayed. It should be combat. Press enter and put the name how 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 to play, just like this, or whatever your scene name is. Okay? Okay. We're good with part one. That is part one. Do not put a comma there unless you're gonna add more scenes. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this section where it says public void open map scene. We're gonna go all the way down to where it says open combat scene, and then this code right here. I have another one called open credit scene because we have a credit scene associated with this. What we want to do now is put a public void open. I said how to play. How to play. Oops. Scene. Parentheses. Open and close, and then curly bracket like this. And then we are going to indent that actually. And then in the between, we're going to type in this. Copy and paste this line. Copy paste. And then instead of credits, we're going to call it how to play. How to play. And then save it. We're going to compile it, but it's not going to work yet. Okay, it should not work yet because there's no function yet. Okay, on the click on the how to play button to make sure we are working correctly. There should be only one error on my list, and that's because of a different package. Clear that. If you are on track, there should be no other error that is a red one. And looks like we're good. This one, don't worry about. That's for something else. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to go to how to play button. You're gonna see on click runtime only, how to play SceneChanger. Make sure you have that selected. On this, you're gonna have a function. You're going to go to SceneChanger, and we're going to see a new function, how to play scene. Okay. When you're good, control save. We have more to do. We're not done. Okay. So if we test this now, it should not work. Well, it fades out and in, but there's nothing there. So you can tell it's starting to do something, but there's nothing to do yet. That's just because we're not done yet. So let's go back to our thing here, and we need to do something. We need to add a case. So we're going to do this case where we're going to add a case called how to play. So we're going to copy and paste, copy this, copy Control C and Control V on the next line. And instead of calling it credits, we're going to call it how to play exactly how it looks like. The only thing we need to change now, the thing we need to change is this credit scene index. Now we do need to take a look at another script, and that script is under your settings tab. There should be another error. Go to project, go to Nue Deck, go to um, go to data, go to containers. No, not containers. Excuse me. Go to the NueGames NueDeck. Go to data. Or, or, hold on. Wait one moment. Go to data. Go to containers. Dex is initial Dex. Go to settings, I should say. Go to scene data. You're gonna notice that there is another script called scene data. We need to do this. Double click to open this script in Visual Studio. Okay. The order is 4, and we're going to make a new public int. Public int, and we're going to title it um, how to play scene index is equal to 4, and then semicolon. Okay, it's going to compile. It's not going to work yet though, because we still need to do one thing. So, oops. Okay, that is correct. That's actually correct. But the spacing is off. But it's okay. So now you see how you have a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 is your how to play index. That's your scene index. And let's take a look to make sure that indeed it's number 4 by going to File, build settings. And at number 4, yep, how to play index is number 4. That's good. We need that. That's good. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Now we have to make sure that everything is coded correctly. And oh, one more thing we need to do is this right here. So under your SceneChanger.cs script, there is another thing we need to do. One more thing, and that is another else if. Type in else if um parentheses scene ID is equal to double equal to game manager dot scene data dot. Now the next one we need to add is how to play scene index. Exactly how you typed it in the scene data.cs script. Under that, type in open how to play scene, and then parentheses, double parentheses, and semicolon, save it. I'm going to put this up here to make it clean code. And then we're going to go click outside the script. And if all done correctly, there should not be another error. No red. And we're good for now. Let's test this first, and then we're done. So we're going to go click on how to play. And as you can see, well, it's the credit scene because I didn't do anything. But this is indeed how you add another item to your menu. Congratulations. If you did it this far, congratulations. That is the demo. That is today's tutorial on how to use the Nue Deck to make your game and as a bonus to add more items to your menu. So I'm going to give you one tip of advice. There is a little bit of a glitch, and that is because this is still up here. The menu, you do have to disable the the I believe this is from UI Manager. So to do so, we're gonna do it one more time. So that is from the game manager, and that is from the function of case. So it says how to play. You see that you have UI manager that combat canvas that falls true. Okay, so falls true is telling you should it be on the scene. Okay, combat canvas on how to play should actually, I mean, information canvas I believe should be false. This first line. Let's test it to make sure. Let me just make sure that is correct under how to play scene. Yep, it's a B false false. Double false. And then as you can see, I also added a return to main menu scene. And we're back to the main menu. That's how you do it. So once again, if you want to make sure that the content is the content of the scene is not interfering with the game by accident, it's false false on information canvas. Reward canvas is also false true, and combat canvas on the thing is false true. So once again, combat canvas is false true, information canvas is false false, and reward canvas is also false true. So it's taking an argument, not an actual fight, but an argument of code to tell you, hey, should this be in here? False. If it's not, false. Okay, same thing with the credit scene. The information canvas should also be false false, in my opinion. So let's just test this out. Let's just show you guys that we are working correctly here. On the credit scene, let's see. Yep, false false. Main menu. On the play scene, That should be false, false. That should be false, false. You don't want to see your HP right away because this is supposed to be your like your main menu. So this should also be false, false. Okay. I know I'm saying false a lot, but that's how it works. So we're gonna say I believe this is on the play. So under play map, this should be false and false. So combat information canvas should be false. So let's just make sure that that is correct. I'm showing you a little bit of debugging as well. Somehow, some way. Map play. Yep. False, false. There you go. That's how you do that for that one. The one scene that needs to be true, true. Then one for the information canvas needs to be true. Is supposed to be the combat because you need that, and that's it. The combat scene is the only time you want your information canvas to be true, true, false. Okay, actually false. Yeah, true, false. Okay, true, false would be your play there, and that's it. That's how you do it. That is the Nue Deck tutorial, plus coding, plus main menu, plus how you do a new menu scene. That's how you do it. We'll see you guys in our next video tutorial, whenever that will be. And I cannot wait to bring out this experience within the next 2 days. I'm gonna add some more stuff for you guys, so maybe a card data or something. I'll think about it. But that is your presentation for this, and we'll see you guys on another time for another tutorial.